You, wasn't it, Pete? You stole the last cookie.
It wasn't me.
So you're saying you've been framed like some sort of rabbit?
It was not me. It was the one-armed man. Welcome to Pete and Hannah's Watch List. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with my great co-host, Hannah.
Hello, people.
Hannah, we're here today for AFI Redux, where we are trying to create the ultimate AFI top 100 list of movies of all time. And on today's show, Hannah, your choice is...
Who framed Roger Rabbit?
Who did? We'll find out at the end of this episode.
So,
Hannah, have you seen this movie before?
yes. Definitely. This was a childhood classic of mine.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough.
Yep.
I had watched this so many times.
Well, this movie came out in 1988, and it has a IMDb of 7.7, Letterboxd 4 out of 5, and Rotten Tomatoes in the 90s, I believe. Hannah,
Yes.
what other movies came out in 1988?
Tell me about it.
Let's go top 14, because I don't know. I reckon top 14's...
Pretty okay.
Oh, let's go 15.
Okay, 15.
Beaches.
Okay.
What a song. Willow.
Oh, yeah.
Scrooged.
Yep.
A Fish Called Wanda.
Yes.
Working Girl.
Okay.
Beetlejuice.
Wow.
Cocktail.
Interesting, yes.
Great movie song year with Working Girl and Cocktail.
True.
The Naked Gun.
Oh.
From the Files of Police Squad. Die Hard.
Oh.
Yippee-ki-yay. Number 6, Crocodile Dundee 2.
Because sequels always.
Twins.
Love it.
4 is Big.
Love.
3 is Coming to America.
Amazing.
2 is Rain Man, and 1 is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So out of the top 5 movies,
Gosh.
4 of them were comedies. Actually, if you go top 6,
Like
5 of them were comedies.
a lot of that was comedies. Yeah.
Yeah.
A comedy year, to be
Yeah.
honest. Great. Love it.
Yeah. Only one action movie in the top 10.
Yeah, you got Die Hard.
Die Hard, that's it. And then you got,
I mean,
if you count Beetlejuice as a comedy, you have got 8 of...
I was like, Raymond's the only one that's really a drama.
You got 7 of the top 10 comedies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Usually you see a drama, you see a couple dramas, and like a big action blockbuster at the
I know.
top, but it went to Who Framed.
Okay, so the director of this film is Robert Zemeckis. He had come off the Back to the Future movies, and he also came off the Romancing Stone.
Ah.
Yeah. Screenplay was by Jeffrey Price and Peter Seaman. Now, Jeffrey Price had done Trenchcoat, but he also went on to do Doc Hollywood, which is a Michael J. Fox film about a doctor that runs into a fence and he has to perform duties as a local GP, but he's trying to get to Los Angeles to become a plastic surgeon.
It's the same plot as the Pixar movie Cars.
That's it.
Yes.
Wild Wild West, which is a remake, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So there you go.
Uh-huh.
Peter Seaman, they based their script on Who Censored Roger Rabbit. Now, that is a Gary K. Wolfe novel. And so the novel was a bit different, where Roger Rabbit hires Eddie to investigate the studio system because they didn't give him a movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little bit different. It's produced by Frank Marshall, who gave us Jaws.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. He also worked with Steven Spielberg a lot. And Robert Watts, who worked on the Star Wars movies and also Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Cinematography was Dean Raymond Cundy, and he had done Halloween, Escape from New York, The Thing, the Back to the Future trilogy, Big Trouble in Little China. Ended up doing Jurassic Park.
Wow.
Steven Spielberg. So he had a great
Yeah,
career.
wow, no.
Yeah. Edited by Arthur Schmidt. Now, Arthur Schmidt ended up winning for best editor.
Yeah.
He worked on the Back to the Future movies, and he had also worked on Castaway.
Ooh, very good.
Wilson. Alan Silvestri he did the music for this. He worked with a lot of Robert Zemeckis films. Back to the Future. He also end up doing Death Becomes Her, Forrest Gump, Contact, What Lies Beneath. He also worked on Predator, The Abyss, Father the Bride, The Bodyguard. So he had a great career. Practical Magic. Ended up doing some Avengers, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Avengers Doomsday. He's working on. So yeah, so he's.
Oh wow, he's busy.
He's busy guy.
He's busy.
This is production company was Touchstone Pictures. Now, some of the research for this episode had come off the DVD extras because we watched this movie on a 4K copy of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And Frank Marshall was in it, the writers Jeffrey and Peter, and Robert Zemeckis. And he said that they didn't know until 3 weeks before the film came out that it was going to be a Touchstone or a Disney production. Now, Touchstone Pictures was a
Disney.
sort of like the drama, comedy, action, live action sort of arm of Disney.
Yeah, if Disney didn't want to be associated with it, to be honest, they would be like, yeah, it's a Touchstone Picture movie. You'd see movies like 3 Men and a Baby and stuff like that. Like
Big Business.
Yeah, some of their weirder, more like live action, dramedies and stuff.
Yeah.
Not so Disney, but associated.
Also, Amblin Entertainment, which is Steven Spielberg. He was the executive producer, and also Silver Screen Partners. It was distributed by Buena Vista, which is Disney's distribution arm. Release date was June 21st, 1988, and runtime was 104 minutes. The budget for this movie was $50 million, which is the most money ever spent on an animated feature at the time, and the box office was end up being over $350 million.
They spend a lot more nowadays.
100%. I think the last Toy Story movie ended up was like $275 million.
Yeah, it takes a lot to make them nowadays as well. But
that's true.
Yes,
the elevator pitch for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Eddie Vallant is a private detective hired by the studios to find out who is cheating on Roger Rabbit, his wife, and who is she cheating on with. And it turns out it is Acme founder, and then he becomes brought up in, he's killed, and everyone thinks that it's Roger Rabbit after Eddie has the proof that Jessica, his wife, is sleeping with Acme founder. So
sleeping.
Roger goes to Eddie and says, "You need to help me find out who framed me."
I didn't do it. Yes.
Okay, so let's go through the cast. Now, Bob Hoskins stars as Eddie Vallant. A lot of people were rumoured to be offered this role, turned it down. Steven Spielberg wanted Harrison Ford, but he was too expensive for the movie.
True.
Chevy Chase was the second choice. He turned it down outright. Bill Murray at one time. But his acting style didn't really compute with the animation style that they were going with. Eddie Murphy was offered. Now, Eddie Murphy says this is one of his biggest regrets that he ever did. He ended up doing Golden Child instead, which...
That didn't work out.
That didn't work out for him. But he did this... If he would have done this movie, it would have been a completely different movie. But he said he didn't get it because of the Toon angle, which is fair enough. Stubby Kane played Marvin Acme. Christopher Lloyd, he played Judge Doom. Now, so Christopher Lloyd had worked with Robert Zemeckis in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the first choice. They had a look at Tim Curry, but he was too scary.
He is frightening. The Judge Doom character in this film is absolutely terrifying, and Tim Curry probably would have. made that role, to be
Yep.
honestly, yeah, that would have been pure nightmare fuel.
Star of My Friend Flicker and also Planet of the Apes, Roddy McDowell
Wow.
was also one time tapped for Judge Doom, but they really wanted Christopher Lee. Now, Christopher Lee,
Oh, yes.
famous horror actor,
Yeah.
but he turned it down. So John Cleese also expressed that would have been it. I reckon I could have seen it. But Christopher Lloyd loved doing this movie. He said it
very good.
Yeah,
He's
he was
very good in this movie.
How did Bob Hoskins end up getting it? So a lot of people passed on the role. Spielberg saw Bob Hoskins and he said his acting skill. Spielberg said, "Yep, this is the guy." Robert Zemeckis loves Bob Hoskins in this movie. Like, this is his first big Hollywood movie, and Bob Hoskins went on to star in such movies as Hook and Super Mario Brothers.
I was thinking, I was like, Mario.
But he really loved him in this role, and he had a lot to do with like all the animating going on, and he had to react to it. It said Robert Zemeckis really called it a mime performance, which is a great way of putting it. Voice actors, there's a lot of different voice actors, but the one that they originally auditioned and they thought they were going to go with was Paul Rubens, who was Pee Wee Herman for Roger Rabbit, but it ended up going to a guy called Charles Fleischer. Now, Charles Fleischer is he's like a character actor now. He was in Zodiac. Oh. Yeah. He did like voices for like Chip and Dale and all that stuff. But he's an actor now. Like he's in Zodiac. What else is he in? My Girl 2. Funny People, Rango, he voiced one as well. He played Bob Vaughn in Zodiac. He was in Genius. He was in Ground Control, Demon Knight, Partners. The Dinosaur Story, which is another Stephen. Straight Talk, which we mentioned many times in the show.
He plays the voice of Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, Charles Fleischer. So, and he came up with the
kind of lisp
sort of thing.
Kind of the thing.
Yep.
Just like that.
He came up with that. So, yeah. So, when they they bought the writing, they brought the book rights, and they went to Steven Spielberg and Robert Zemeckis, and they said, okay, we want to do this with live action and animation. Robert Zemeckis, he loved it. But Steven Spielberg goes, no. The only way this is going to work is if you have a story at the heart of it. So they came up with the mystery. And the mystery is based on real events where the tire companies in California worked to get rid of the rail and they created a freeway and so they could become more successful. And so all those red cars, they were actually...
The trolley car thing.
Trolley car, that was actually in Los Angeles and they got ripped up and so replaced by freeways. So there you go.
Yeah.
So they use that as the basis of the story. It's also inspired by Chinatown as well, which is the...
I mean, a lot of... Yeah, this movie takes a lot of the... Because it's a film noir with cartoons, it takes a lot of inspiration from a lot of different other famous film noir movies.
Now, this is not the first film to do live action and animation together.
Blending the two, yeah. It's not the first.
Not the first. Anchors Away.
It there's a whole scene dedicated where Gene Kelly dances with Jerry the Mouse from Tom and Jerry.
Yep.
There are other old Alice in Wonderland shorts that Disney did.
The Enchanted Drawing from 1900 was a short live action film.
Yeah,
the Three Calaberos from 1945.
Yeah, and it was just this one was probably the first movie to do it like a whole movie. And do it so well.
Yeah, I think this one it's the story that makes this movie.
Yeah,
and I think that Steven Spielberg got it right.
A lot of the other movies, some that we've seen, like a lot of movies come after it, like things like Space Jam, or even more newer ones, like they try to do the Rescue Rangers movie. So they're fun, but sometimes their story doesn't hit as hard as this one in particular does.
So, watching this film, you have Disney characters. So it's a Disney film. So yeah, of course you're going to have Disney characters. But they also had Warner Brothers. Also had private animation studios. How did they get all those people to be in this movie? Two words: Steven Spielberg.
I was going to say a miracle.
No, Steven Spielberg. So Robert Zemeckis on the DVD extras, he said that this was Steven Spielberg's biggest contribution. He just went around to all the studios and got them to agree.
Lisa,
so one of the most powerful men at the time, still is. He's still got that power. He got all the characters, and look at all the characters in there: Foghorn Leghorn, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, Three Little Pigs, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, Sylvester the Cat, Hippity Hoppity, Tweety Bird, Tex Avery's Big Bad Wolf. Like a lot of animation was based on Tex Avery's style. The Chip and Dale, the Felix the Cat, Dick Tracy, Popeye, Pluto, Horace, Horse Collar, the Seven Dwarfs, all in this movie. Casper the Ghost, Humphrey Bogart, and Clark Gable as animated characters, all in this.
Yeah, they had even scenes with other characters that were fortunately cut for time. Yeah, like, what's his name? Popeye, Sailor Moon. Yeah, stuff like that.
The guy that they used for the animation was noted English animator Richard Williams. Now, he hated working with Disney. He hated it.
Of course.
And he worked in Camden Town, London, but he said the bureaucracy was just absolutely, he just disdainful of it. The movie was made in England and with exterior shots shot in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Other names for this movie, Hannah, right?
Yeah.
Working titles included Murder in Toontown.
Oh, okay.
Dead Toons Don't Pay Bills. Great name. Great name. The Toontown Trial. There was no trials in this movie.
There was no trial, though.
Trouble in Toontown and Eddie Goes to Toontown. I really love Dead Toons Don't Pay Bills. That is just a great name.
I love it, but I don't think that sells.
No, it doesn't sell. Yeah.
Those titles don't sell the movie. And even Who Framed Roger Rabbit, unfortunately, doesn't have a question mark at the end due to the fact that a lot of the time, if you're seeing a movie and you see a question mark, you're like, why does that movie have a question mark?
Yeah.
Like, why does that movie have an asterisk? It's stuff like that makes people go, I don't understand.
Okay, so when they first decided to do this movie, they didn't know if they could do it. So they got the studio to agree on a $30 million budget. They came up with these, so Amblin came up with these idea to use VistaVision cameras. So ILM, which is Industrial Light and Magic, which is George Lucas's production company, created these special VistaVision cameras. They had to fly 16 boxes over with one of the riders to London, and it was a special motion control technology to film the live action scenes with the ability to put the animation in. Yeah. So they were testing with one of the first scenes. They did a scene and they popped in a frog. And, that looks like it works.
Frog and the flamingo,
that looks like it works. And then bang, so they're off to the races. Imagine going to work and not knowing if you could do something and you promise people to do it.
I mean, some people promise that they're going to go to the moon and they were like, they didn't even know. It's that kind of thing of you just got to make it work after you've said, yeah, sure. Which is the Hollywood magic of it all, I guess.
Okay, so when they're making the movie, then they had a post-production period of 14 months. Okay, so to introduce Roger, they created an animated film at the start. They were making that while they were filming the live action. Then they were doing the little bits as they were going, but then 14 months to put the movie all together. So the production budget increased to $40 million, and then they wanted more money. Michael Eisner was going to shut it down.
Yeah, Eisner doesn't laugh.
But studio chairman Jeffrey Katzenberg talked him out of it, and the budget went to $50 million. And Disney moved forward on the production because they were enthusiastic to work with Steven Spielberg. So this is their in to work with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a smart move.
Yeah. So, yeah. Again, looking at Steven Spielberg's
track record.
Yeah.
His history.
Yep. It's amazing how they created little things. Like there was the scene at the start with the penguins from Mary Poppins. They had trays on tracks to create that scene. So it's just little stories. And if you see it on the DVD extras, give it a listen.
A lot of it's puppetry. While it's
old school filmmaking.
Yeah, so
it'd be a lot easier to do it now. They would do they wouldn't do any of the.
It'd be fixed and posed.
Yeah,
you could just have someone in a suit, or even they don't even have to be in a suit. There was just they had to work around and create shadows and be very to make it all even look like it's real.
The last thing before we get on to people's reaction to the movie and reviews,
it's a big thing.
Is Kathleen Turner. How did she get the role? So she worked with Robert Zemeckis
in Remembrance,
but also she was heavily pregnant. She couldn't work, so he went to her and said, "Do you want to do this voice?" And it's a bit of
sultry.
It's a bit of Rita Hayworth.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Yep, I'll work on it."
Which she does actually give, because I was watching, we were watching a lot more of her movies, and it didn't dawn on me. It was clicking, and then when I was just I'd shut my eyes and hear a voice, I was like, that's Jessica Rabbit.
Yep.
Because she has the perfect 40s seductress voice, absolutely perfect, and it's great as Jessica Rabbit.
They talk about in the making of little elements where they try to make the toons not human looking. So Roger has no shoulders, Jessica has no nose,
and
also
no
waist. So just all those little things, just to try and decipher between,
Well, the toons, but also a lot of people don't if you have humanoid toons, people are like, does this look like someone? Disney have a thing where they'll model, their princesses based off other people, and they make it look different, but you can tell. But you don't want to do that with Jessica because she's a very over the top version of a woman. So you don't want her to be I look identical to Rita Hayworth or something.
Yep.
She is completely out of this world. Does not exist.
Does not exist.
She is fictional, by the way.
Fictional. The reason why Tombstone Pictures was chosen is because Touchstone, Tombstone. Great movie. Michael Eisner and Roy E. Disney, who was the vice chairman of the Disney company, said the film was way too risky. Didn't like the fact that toons were swearing. Didn't like the toons were drinking. Yeah,
this is when Disney are very clean. They're trying to clean up their image because this is this is 1988.
Yeah, 1988.
So 1989, you get Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
This is when the
Disney
about to hit the switch into the Renaissance era.
Yep.
So this movie would
and
have
they had
been,
already made that decision earlier.
So this wouldn't have been a great look for the clean cut princess era they're about to go in.
I don't want to go into
what
my hot take.
Well, no, we'll go later.
Don't want to go into my hot take, but things that will happen on this movie, it will just never happen again. So critical response to this movie. So Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times gave it 4 out of 4 stars, calling it sheer enchanted entertainment from the first frame to the last frame. Giddy, gooey celebration of kind of fun, you can have with a movie camera.
Yeah. Yeah. He loved it. Of course.
Gene Siskel on the show that he did with Roger Ebert. Dazzling, jaw-dropping opening 4-minute scene. He noted that the sequence alone took nearly 9 months to animate. Siskel gave the film 3 out of 4 stars, and they considered analysing it in painstaking filmmaking. So well done to all the team, they said.
Yeah.
Janet Maslin of the New York Times commented the film, whose best moments are so novel, so deliriously funny, so crazily unexpected, they truly must be seen to believe.
It's true. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Gene Shalit on Today Show, who just recently passed away, he called it one of the most extraordinary movies ever made.
I mean, yeah.
Yep. Unprecedented cooperation between Warner Brothers and Disney, and it called it one of the most complicated movies ever made.
True.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. That is true. Academy Award nominations. It was nominated for Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, and ended up winning. We talked about before. Best Sound. It was nominated. Best Sound Effects. It won. Best Visual Effects. It won. And Special Achievement went to Richard Williams, which is, unbelievable.
Of course,
He definitely deserved it. If that movie came out today, and it was the first time this ever happened, 100% this movie gets nominated for Academy Award for Best Picture. It just does. Just does.
I would love to believe that.
Yeah, no, it would 100%.
I don't know.
No, it will 100%.
How the awards are now, I don't know.
10 movies as well.
I know.
It gets nominated.
It gets nominated maybe, but it doesn't have a shot.
No, I'm say if you have a look at the Best Picture here, which we're going to right now.
Right now, yeah.
These are the nominations, and it doesn't this is a really good movie. It's 1988, great movie.
This movie, yeah.
Right, Working Girl, absolutely great Mike Nichols movie. Mississippi Burning, all time Gene Hackman performance in that movie.
Of course.
William Dafoe is also in that movie. Dangerous Liaisons, Michelle Pfeiffer, stunning. The Accidental Tourist. Now, not a huge fan of this film. Gina Davis ended up winning an Academy Award for this. Your boy,
Did love Gina Davis.
William Hurt, is in this movie.
Not a fan.
Not a huge fan.
Not a fan.
But the Best Picture winner, Rain Man. Barry Levinson's movie.
I will say, have seen it now. Yeah, that's
Great
pretty
movie.
good. But I honestly,
I really think you take out Accidental Tourist and you put in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
No one would care.
no one cares.
No one cares.
I kind of would even put it like it would have a chance.
Okay, let me just give you some
Crazy.
Let me give you some of the directors
Yeah, tell
from
me
this year.
directing.
Mike Nichols for Working Girl. Great director. Loved him on The Graduate. We talked about it. Alan Parker for Mississippi Burning. Martin Scorsese for The Last Temptation of Christ. Didn't get nominated for Best Picture, but that movie nearly killed Martin Scorsese. Charles Crichton for A Fish Called Wanda. If you haven't seen A Fish Called Wanda, stars Michael Palin, John Cleese, Kevin Kline, one of the greatest performances Kevin Kline's ever given. Also starring in that movie is Jamie Lee Curtis, and it is one of the funniest movies. John Cleese in that movie plays like the straight guy, and like Kevin Kline is great in the movie. He ended up winning an Academy Award for the role. Just a fantastic movie. Fish Called Wanda is it is a banger. It is well worth it. And Barry Levinson won for Rain Man. So great list of directors there.
It's such an interesting film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Like, just a great movie year. Really great.
It's so interesting the fact that comedy has really dominated that movie year.
Yeah.
You could never say that about now. You could comedies won't even crack top 10,
Yeah.
top 20 maybe.
Oh. We went and saw a comedy recently called Super Troopers 3, and they're the only movies getting made. The sequels to
comedies from the 2000s.
90s and 2000s.
Yeah. That's what we're getting now. Because who's gonna take that risk?
Exactly.
Who's gonna take it?
Who's going to take it?
This is a movie. It's a big risk.
Rightio, let's go through the hot take clickbait. What's your hot take for Who Framed Roger Rabbit? 1988.
Ooh, God.
Robert Zemeckis.
I love this movie. Oh, hot take. I think I'm just gonna go. Like I've talked about this before, and it's very clear watching this movie as an adult now compared to when I used to watch this a lot as a child. Cartoons weren't just for kids, guys. They were for adults. They were for any age, but they were made for adults because
there was inside jokes all the time.
I honestly rewatching this as an adult, I was like, I would have never gotten that as a child. This movie is supposed to be viewed as an adult because the tunes can be an allegory for a lot of movements and rights. Like the fact that they were willing to just get rid of an entire town because who cares about it? Because they just want to build a freeway kind of thing. It's like,
this movie is about
society.
This movie is about segregation.
Yes,
that's what it is.
The tunes are lesser beings. Like because the guy dips a chew. Who is a tune? Who is a living being?
Yeah.
Just dips him right there in front of them, and no one says anything.
This is just after saying that we're going to do a big trial, and you know.
Oh yeah, I'm going to put Roger on trial, and then he doesn't. He goes to the bar and he tries to put him in. Like these guys are psychos, and they just get away with it because of the law. I love that this film. I just like cartoons. They get a bad rap. Like Disney go on this Renaissance kick, and their movies, while anyone can enjoy them, I love them desperately. I love them dearly, especially, but they tend to then start going just for the kids, you know. Like they don't try to be broad, try to tackle any strong themes. It's for the kids. It's for the kids, and it happens. You see it kind of declining as years go by. Like animation's just for kids when it's not, and it takes. Okay, it's taken now. Like people are starting to, adults are like, look how much work it takes to make an anime movie, and how the stories they can tell and the unique animation styles, and like, I just love this film because the animators got to, of this day, got to go back to old animators and try to recreate their work and pay homage and show their appreciation because it's such a craft, and like
it is.
It's not like kids can enjoy cartoons, but like adults cannot just only enjoy them but appreciate the work and effort that goes into them. Especially in this film, and it's so wonderful.
It's funny how like Disney had that Renaissance period, and you have like those iconic movies like
The Little Mermaid, The Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Lion King. They go back
based on
back to back.
Ancient texts, based on
Grimm Brothers,
Hans Christian Andersen, Hamlet for
Shakespeare, for Lion King,
and the fact that they
Disneyfy them.
Yeah, of course, but it's like Lion King. If you watch that movie, that's an adult movie. Like it's so dark. It's so dark.
So dark.
But the fact that they went away from that and they did like just crappy sequels straight to video.
A big issue I have, there's like a very common thing with modern Disney is that the main character has to be like relatable. Like they are childish, they're clumsy, they're a teen. The reason as a kid you love watching like the Renaissance period or like these is that you're picturing an adult version of yourself doing like these really cool things like Milan, even though technically she's a teenager, but Milan going off to war and saving China, you're like, that's so cool. Like, wow, growing up and doing like, and nowadays it's like, oh, they're clumsy and funny and relatable. It's like, no.
We don't need it.
We don't need it because, again, cartoons aren't for kids. They can be for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah.
And you get to see that also in this movie with the fact that when they go to the theater, and a big thing, because movies like cartoons used to play before movies. So that was how people would see them. Because they're going to see a movie. They're going to go see like a movie like, say, like a crime thriller.
For Casablanca, there would have been a Looney Tunes.
There would have been like a Looney Tunes number.
100%.
And it wasn't until you get to TV and they start to market it around.
It's funny how they've forgotten that the reason why these movies are successful is it is open to everyone. Kids can go see, adults can go see, and then so the best of these movies, and you look at over the years the best of these movies and why they work, is because it talks across generations, and I think Disney sometimes really forget that. So
They definitely have forgotten that.
my hot take is
Yeah.
this is okay. So back in the 30s, the 40s, they used to borrow actors.
The studio system.
Studio system used to borrow stuff, and they could get away with this because the studios were owned by single people.
And they used to
Yeah.
have people under contract. Yeah.
This is the last time that they actually shared IP, and it was in a movie, and it was a Disney movie, and they shared Warner Brothers and other animated studios, and we're never going to get that again because all the studios are owned by conglomerates.
Yeah.
And so
Big,
why would
big
you let
difference.
them why would Warner Brothers let their IP in a Disney movie? Unless
They need money.
now the only time that you get a sort of situation where Disney is working with Sony is because
Spider-Man.
it's contractual.
Yeah.
And you know,
Sony owns Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I need Spider-Man.
yeah.
That
The
kind
only
of thing.
so the only way that they can get it, it's prick pro quo, you know. So like a lot of people have always wanted a DC Marvel crossover, but
Yeah, like in the comics
It's just never going to happen. It's just never going to happen.
Never. Because, yeah, it's not about, like, they would kind of let their characters in this movie, but they would want, like, a good chunk of money now.
But also,
and it wouldn't.
But
it's
like,
just
you know,
not
even in
feasible.
this movie, Bugs and Mickey had to be on the screen at the same time.
Same exact amount of time.
Yep.
They couldn't. Like, yeah, if you watch the film back, you'll notice anytime you see Bugs, you'll probably see Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a whole sequence where you have both of them kind of parachuting.
Same thing with Daffy Duck and Donald Duck.
Yeah, because like they're the rivals,
Mm-hmm.
but they're also like these are the two big names.
Most
But
iconic.
it's also crazy. It's crazy because yeah, you would never ever see it, and it's like the old studio
Yeah.
system,
Like
the learning of the actors. and
you know,
it's-
there is a chance that we might get one crossover. Now, it's a famous comic book run, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Batman run. It's a famous comic
they
book
made
run.
an animated movie, I think. Oh, they tried to. I can't remember.
Who owns Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now? Paramount. Who owns?
Oh,
So
well,
if that merger goes through, maybe we'll get a
sure.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
I don't-
and Batman
I
movie. Maybe,
I don't think that.
maybe
Maybe not.
that merger won't go through. But anyway, I think it's such a special movie. That's enough to put it on the
Yeah,
list.
I think just because it,
The two great ducks performing that dueling piano scene, like that's a famous scene. It's a famous comedy duo scene, and then it's two of the greatest,
icons
icons.
of literally screen.
The fact that Donald Duck pulls that cannon out, it's just classic.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
Anyway, that is the first part of the show. The next part is our review. And let's start with our scene breakdown.
Oh yeah, baby. Just want to set the scene a little bit. Just want to let you know we're in 1947 Los Angeles, which I think is a great time period to be.
Post World War II.
You get the post World War II. It's also like the Hollywood system at its height, and the Toons are like part of that Hollywood system where they're under contracts and
Yep.
they've got work to do and all that stuff. And so the movie starts off with an actual like little short. It is of Roger Rabbit and what do you call the baby? What do you call the baby again? I forget his name.
Keep going.
They are doing a little short together. It's very funny. But then when Roger sees
Baby Herman.
Baby Herman, thank you. When Roger starts to see birds after he gets hit with a fridge, it is yelled cut, and this is the big transition from animated to basically the real world. He yells cut, and the director is like, "You were supposed to see stars, not birds."
So that director is played by Joel Silver. And Joel Silver is the producer of great movies such as Die Hard and also
Crazy.
Lethal Weapon.
That's crazy.
There you go.
and yells cut. Baby Herman's like, I got work with this guy. And Roger Rabbit, he's like, oh, I'll do better. Like he messed up. And this is where you also get the first shot of Eddie Valiant. He's the PI, and he just does not care about tunes. He goes in to meet with the studio owner, R.K. Morone, who, based on like Roger Rabbit's not been performing well, and it's because of matters of the heart. So he's asked Eddie to investigate the rumors that Roger's wife, Jessica Rabbit, is having an affair. And so, Eddie has to go and take some nasty pictures of her and her affair partner. Eddie goes back to his residence, goes to the local bar. He has a girl there. He manages to get a camera, and that's when he heads to the nightclub.
It's funny how we were just talking about animations using famous books and the fact that they used like the Maltese Falcon, Double Indemnity, all great
classic things.
Great film noir movies, and they use this as the basis of this animated / live action film.
Yeah.
And, Bob Hoskin, he does play that part well.
Perfect.
He does play it well.
He plays it perfect. As Valiant leaves the bar, that's when she tells the rest of the slums working there that his brother was killed by a tune.
And the
Death by piano. Very sad.
When
Very
she
sad.
gives that line, Joanna Cassidy gives that line, it's just perfect. It's pitch perfect how she does that, because it's funny. It's funny that someone got killed by a piano. They did not know how they were going to write the fact that why he disliked tunes. Like they had to come up with the fact that his brother got killed by a piano, and it's really funny. It's great writing.
It's funny.
It's really,
but it's also like they say it so seriously because it's a serious matter.
Mm-hmm.
There's no laughing matter here.
Joanna Cassidy is a fantastic actress, and
she plays the role of the kind of like the assistant to the PI kind of thing going on that you'd get in a 40s movie. It's perfect.
Yeah. I remember from the great movie Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead.
Yeah.
One of my favourite movies.
And so he goes to the nightclub, and the nightclub, that's when you get this great sequence of the two best ducks having a piano off.
And this is just Gilda, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and this scene, they have this massive stage that they built, and then you have like the penguins from Mary Poppins serving at the restaurant.
Yep.
And
it's one I brought up before. They were
amazing.
like on tracks and stuff.
Eddie goes to sit down, and he's being served by Betty Boop.
Yeah.
And she says a great thing of like, oh, when the tunes went into color, work's been tough, and it's like the silent era ending for stars and like trying to find jobs. Poor Betty Boop.
Yep.
And then everything quiets down as Jessica Rabbit's about to perform, and she's like the sultry jazz singer, and she is literally the epitome of an unrealistic woman.
100%.
She's ridiculous.
What about like people, like a lot of stars, their first crush was Jessica Rabbit. Yeah.
Because it's so unrealistic.
Yeah.
You see that for the first time, you're like, that can't exist. And it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Which is probably what's so great about it, because it is supposed to be like almost the over-the-top version of it as the joke, And Jessica, that's when his plan has to be enacted. Eddie starts sneakily taking photos of her and the head of Acme, the owner, Marvin Acme, playing patty cake together. No joke, it's actually patty cake.
Yeah.
And he shows the pictures to Roger, who is absolutely distraught, refusing to believe his Jessica was unfaithful.
Yeah.
Playing patty cake with another man.
That's true.
They have a drink with the
There's a great gag here with the hanky.
Oh, I know. It's
The
all
hanky's
wet.
such a great gag. Like, it's undefeated a hanky gag where, someone blows a nose and you get it back and it's like full. Like, it's just, yeah, it was a good gag.
And then, so the next morning, Acme, the guy Acme is actually found to be murdered.
Yeah.
And the evidence...
The fact that it's Acme, the famous company, which we're getting like the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie.
Another thing about that
So
movie
good.
is that movie's not for kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, who wants that movie? The adults who like,
Yeah.
I want to watch a court case about Wile E. Coyote taking down that
It's
road brother,
it's funny
taking
how
down
we're
that
talking about this
corporation.
movie and then we're getting that movie very soon.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Kismet. Anyway, the evidence
like we
implicates
planned it.
Roger. Poor Roger Rabbit. At the scene of the crime, Eddie meets Judge Doom, the sinister human judge of Toontown, because he bribed his way to
Yep.
to be in charge of it. Crazy. And his 5 weasel minions, the Toon Patrol. Mm-hmm. These are crazy. Doom reveals that he will execute Roger after a trial, ? Using the dip, a chemical he created out of like acetine, benzene. Like, I think it's the actual stuff you erase like actual writing with.
Yeah.
Which he can destroy the Toons who were, invincible.
Speaking of
And this is where you get the,
things that vanish, the invisible ink that Acme uses, and it's a callback for later in the film.
Yeah.
It's such good writing.
There's a few
it's
of these
really
in this
good
movie.
writing. And you don't get hit over the head with it. Like, it's just like a little bit of a
Like a Toon.
yeah, it's just like a little bit of invisible ink, and it's gonna come back into the movie. It's just such.
And this is where you get the horrifying scene of that poor little shoe dipped in the dip.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, very terrifying, monstrous, straight up murder. Roger's Toon co-star, Baby Herman, believes Roger is innocent because the Acme guy said that he would leave Toontown to the Toons in his will.
Yeah.
And they need to find the will in order to save Toontown.
Yeah. Don't you think that
Which is like, that's what it's writing on.
the fact that Judge Doom is based on the character from Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I know, he's got that look.
It's really good. It's just good writing.
It's good writing, but it's also great because a lot of people would associate it with it because it's a big iconic moment. And that's the whole thing.
The how clever this movie is. It is really clever.
When you used to have like a whole team of clever people working on a movie together.
Yeah.
Instead of just
you know what it is though is people. I don't know if they do it now. Like, but these writers love movies, and you can tell in the writing. Like, these are love letters to those film noir of the 40s and 50s.
and cartoons at the time. Too.
Yeah, like they're using cartoons to get into this story of a film noir. It's just, and I don't know, like some writers, they will use homages and stuff like that now, but these guys, like, just the way they put this story together, and the plot holes can be explained away. Like, you know how now, a really good example of it was Spider-Man Brand New Day. There's a lot of plot holes in that movie.
Yeah.
And just not explained at all.
And
but in this movie, you can explain the plot holes away really easy.
It's a tune thing.
Yeah.
But another thing is just like there's a sense of whimsy. You're allowed to nowadays everyone's forgotten whimsy and it's like, no, I need you to explain why does Spider-Man afford this? He doesn't have a job. I never see him working. What's happening? I don't care about Spider-Man working.
Yeah.
That's the same as it's a tune, baby. Like I don't need all the answers.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, like sometimes it's the audience fault, but I also think sometimes it's just lazy writing where it's not explained away.
I mean, like
in this movie, like it's a lot the ink at the start and where it comes back at the end. It's a lot like Christopher Nolan with the Odyssey recently, where he does about the let's go sail towards the west, and then that callback happens at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, just sometimes just putting those little breadcrumbs at the start so you can use them at the end. It's just good writing. It really
it
is.
means like you didn't waste your time here.
Yeah.
It all worked out in the end.
Yep.
So Eddie still doesn't fully believe until he looks at his newspaper at his office and actually looks at the fact that in the pocket of the pictures, the will is in Acme's jacket. So Eddie returns to his office, finds Roger hiding in there, and so he takes Roger after the weasels come in and try to find Roger. They manage to hide him and then escape to the bar. So he asks Dolores to help him out. They go into a little hidey hole that used to be there for Prohibition to keep Roger there for the time being. And later, Jessica actually tells Eddie that at his office that Maroon actually threatened Roger's career unless she posed for compromising photos. So actually, funny enough, is that in the original telling of the story, Jessica was supposed to be the one who framed Roger Rabbit, and it was a big kind of like really dark story if the wife was framing this guy. She framed for those photos so she could get Roger's career,
Which is like 100% double indemnity, and
yeah.
the Malmo Rory's rings twice and all that stuff like that. Like it's just it's great.
Meanwhile, Dolores uncovers that Cloverleaf Industries, which originally just bought the Pacific Electric Railway system, will purchase Toontown at midnight unless Acme will is found. Doom and the Toon Patrol find Roger at the bar because Roger can't help himself. He and Eddie escape with the help of Benny, which has one of my favorite callbacks. It is the you drink it, no, I don't want to drink it bit, and it's like the open season bit of Duck Hunt. It's duck season, no, it's rabbit season bit, and I think it's a great tune bit.
Like just comedians of all
It's a great tune.
Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin used to do that joke. Lauren Hardy used to do that joke. It's just
and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, the Stooges used to do that joke.
They managed to escape in actually the Toon taxi cab, Benny. And they shelter in a movie theater, and then and Dolores tries to help them escape. But Eddie sees the newsreel that Maroon was selling the studio to Cloverleaf, so it was all connected. While Eddie goes to the studio to interrogate Maroon, Jessica abducts Roger because she's trying to just save her guy. Maroon denies the involvement into Acme's murder, admitting he intended to blackmail Acme into selling his company, as otherwise Cloverleaf would not buy the studio. In the middle of his confession, Maroon is assassinated, and it looks like it was Jessica Rabbit's fault. And Eddie spots Jessica fleeing. Assuming she is the assailant, he reluctantly follows her into Toontown. After throwing away his remaining alcohol, he's like, I'm going to sober up for this, going back into this place. After saving Eddie from being shot by Doom, Jessica reveals that her actions were to ensure Roger's safety, and it was Doom who killed Acme and Maroon. Acme gave his will to Jessica for safety. When she explained it, the paper was blank. So the paper was blank. Interesting enough, Roger has this love letter he wrote to Jessica at her dressing room on a blank piece of paper with lipstick, because, all right, guy. While Eddie goes to, after the scene, they go back to find Roger. He's gone missing. So Eddie and Jessica tried to flee with Benny in tow, but unfortunately they are stopped by a bit of a little dip on the road, and that is when Judge Doom catches them both and takes them to Acme. Doom reveals he's the sole shareholder of Cloverleaf. He plans to erase Toontown with a dip spraying machine so we can build a freeway in its place and decommission the railroad system to force people to use it. When Roger fails to save Jessica, the couple is tied to a hook in front of the machine's sprayer. Eddie, knowing that the weasels will laugh themselves to death, performs a comedic routine, and they start going down one by one. Their leader, then Doom, one of the weasels kicks the dip onto the floor, and Doom reveals himself to not just be a random guy, but a Toon himself. After being flattened by the steamroller, he gets back up and he reveals that he was the one that killed Eddie's brother. He was a Toon all along. And I love Eddie going, yeah, it's because only a Toon would be crazy enough to
come up with a freeway.
To come up with a freeway.
And there's a couple of jokes in this where, the has the best public transport, and everyone knows that LA has got some of the worst public transport. Yeah.
Yeah. Very funny. He reveals himself struggling against Doom's Toon abilities. Eddie empties the machine's dip, spraying and killing Doom. The machine crashes through the wall into Toontown, where it's destroyed by a train, funny enough. As the police and Toons gather at the scene, Eddie realizes that Acme's will was written on blank paper in temporary invisible ink. Confirming that the Toons inherit Toontown.
But how he figures out it's invisible ink is the ink on his shirt that he got wrecked with reappears.
And he's like, no, that's nasty. And then Roger is like,
such a good
it's
way.
Reappearing, disappearing,
Yeah, it's really clever writing.
And then the Toons rejoice as they've saved the day.
Yep.
And it is pretty joyful. And it all works out.
Great movie.
Great. It's a great Hollywood homage as well as a great 100%. Film noir as well as a great cartoon movie. It's great in every aspect it tries to be. Phenomenal.
Are you surprised it didn't make any of the lists?
I'm surprised. I think it doesn't because Robert Zemeckis he's already on the list for Forrest Gump, no? Or
just once, yeah.
Yeah, Forrest Gump. And I get Forrest Gump. It does very similar in the sense that trying to, it's very new technology where they try to put a guy into different spots as well. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I just think they need to appreciate animation more.
Yeah.
And I wanted to...
It's two animated movies.
It's hard to just go back to Disney and stuff because they're already on the list. So I wanted
This gives us film noir.
This gives film noir.
We took off Double Indemnity and we added this. So I think it works.
I think it works better. You get a little bit of Disney, a little bit of Warner Brothers, a little bit of everyone. Yeah. In animation, love it.
You get more Steven Spielberg love, which you love.
I do.
Would you buy this on Blu-ray? We already have it. Would you recommend a watch? 100%. It's a certified watch. And rating for this one?
For me, it's an all-time classic, my guy.
It is an all-time classic.
Crazy enough, when you look up this movie, it's considered a cult classic.
Oh, mate. I don't know how. It's the number one movie of 1988.
Everyone should be watching
100%.
this in their not just Disney, just animated watch or just film noir watch. People watch this movie. It's not for kids.
Well, Hannah has given you a film noir classic of Her Friend Roger. I'm going to give you a courtroom drama classic next week. I'm going to give you The Verdict, starring the great Paul Newman.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
We're going to watch that. You can watch that. You can also watch that on Disney Plus.
That you can.
Awesome. Hannah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to the audience. Leave a comment below your thoughts on Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
By the way, it was the studio system and Dr. Doom and Judge Doom. So
great. Thanks, Hannah. Let's go.
Let's go.
Long live cinema, and until we meet again, it's bye for now.
Bye.